Hi, everybody out there. I am Teresa Hobbs, and I am a mind body integrative coach. I help people to recover from chronic illnesses and chronic pain using mind body and somatic based approaches like pain reprocessing therapy, the Safe and Sound protocol, and nervous system regulation tools. Today, I want to talk about all things safety. Chronic illness and chronic pain happen because we don't feel safe or our brain has tagged something in our body, our environment, or our relationships as dangerous. In order to reverse these patterns, we need to teach the nervous system and brain how to tap into cues of safety over cues of danger. Most people with chronic illness and chronic pain conditions have global high activation in the nervous system from years of accumulated stress, and they also have specific symptoms that activate additional stress and keep that cycle spinning. This keeps the nervous system and brain in danger detection mode. When it comes to healing and recovery, bringing in safety is the key. I think it's important to address both the global high activation in the nervous system and to address the specific symptoms that are causing additional stress and fear. But today, I want to talk about some of the ways to address that global high activation in the nervous system. This is what makes the nervous system and brain hypersensitive, which causes the brain to turn on symptoms in relation to perceived threats. That global high activation in the system means your brain and nervous system are on high alert, constantly scanning and looking for danger. There are many tools to help the brain and nervous system reorient back to safety in the here and now rather than staying in threat detection mode. So, one of the first and most simple ways to bring in cues of safety is beginning to utilize awareness and mindfulness practices. Now, I know this one doesn't seem very sexy or fun, but don't be fooled by its simplicity. There is so much power in awareness and mindfulness practices. It seems a simple skill, but it encompasses surrender, allowing, trust, curiosity, acceptance, non judgment, and deep compassion. Awareness and mindfulness only asks that whatever you are experiencing be seen through new eyes. Let go of all the conclusions about your symptoms and what they mean about you, about your body, your past, your future, what you can or cannot do, and just tap into the pure awareness of this moment and what you are feeling. So much of our experiences are colored by the meaning we make of them. But what if there are no conclusions and we open ourselves to an unbiased perspective? So just begin practicing allowing yourself to rest in a new exploration of what goes on within and without. Awareness and mindfulness can soften our reactivity and can interrupt the cycles of mental rumination and also physical rumination. So that's where our bodies repeatedly express symptoms. Now, another way to bring in cues of safety to shift that global high activation is through somatic regulation tools. These are tools that dose your nervous system with drops of safety by using the language of the body. These are bottom up tools that relay messages of safety through your physical senses, which your nervous system immediately understands. The nervous system then sends the messages from your body to your brain and can initiate an immediate response. The most important thing when doing somatic regulation tools isn't the robotic mechanics of the tool. It's our willingness to really connect to the felt senses as we do the tools. It's about tuning into the sensations and allowing them to land in our nervous system in an easy way. Somatic regulation tools are wonderful ways to release stored activation in the nervous system, which is also great for lowering that global high activation. It's like lifting. Okay, so if you had like a boiling pot and all the pressure underneath is just mounting and it's rocking the lid a little bit, doing these nervous system regulation tools is like lifting the lid off that boiling pot of water. So when we do these tools, we can allow a little of that steam to exit, which releases some of the pressure and gives us more capacity to handle stress. Another great way to bring in cues of safety is to build resources. Resources are those things we build for ourselves that help to anchor us through challenging feelings and sensations. We can build internal resources that help us to connect to our strength and wisdom within. This might be our self part, capital S self part, also known as our adult main personality part or our higher self part. We all have this resource within, and as we build that relationship with this part of ourselves, it anchors us and helps the rest of our parts to feel safe and capable of handling challenges and facing fears. Now, we can also build external resources by cultivating co regulating support through other safe people. This could happen with a trusted friend, family member, therapist, clergy member, coach, or a support group. We can turn to these people to support us when things are challenging or overwhelming. Now, to my favorite topic, one of the most overlooked ways of communicating messages of safety to the nervous system and brain is through setting boundaries. In order to set a boundary, you first have to be aware of where I end and you begin. You first have to know what your boundaries are, which will require you to begin listening to your own voice. When we don't even know what our boundaries are, it's like living in a house with no walls. There is no protection on board, and a nervous system with no protection fundamentally does not feel safe. So you start small. Get to know all the ways you should yourself and explore what no longer works. Then get brave and begin changing how you respond. Boundaries aren't about other people's behaviors, they are about your behaviors. They don't require us to control other people. Boundaries define how you will respond and engage with others, what choices you will make, and they help us to define ourselves as an autonomous individual with needs, thoughts, and feelings that are worthy of being seen, heard, met, and respected. When you first start recognizing and setting boundaries, you may feel a little uncomfortable, but eventually you will feel yourself solidify and a deep sense of safety and protection will build within you. I also want to talk about another way to address the global high activation and build cues of safety, which is through the safe and sound protocol. I want to explain a little bit about what that is and why it's so beneficial for people dealing with chronic illness, chronic pain conditions, or any emotional condition like anxiety or depression that stems from a dysregulated nervous system. The Safe and Sound Protocol is a passive listening system that is designed to teach your nervous system how to reach for cues of safety. It can help a stuck nervous system to release some of that freeze energy. It uses specially filtered music to reorient the nervous system to the human voice, which helps it to land in the ventral vagal parasympathetic state. This is our social engagement state and where we feel a deep sense of safety. You can listen. So the program has you listen to 5 hours of music in a specific order. And the way the music is filtered is intended to train your ear to begin reaching for more cues of safety. Those of us with a dysregulated nervous system tend to prioritize reaching for danger signals over safety signals. This specially filtered music is designed to repattern that response and to train the ear, which is connected to your nervous system, to seek more cues of safety. The Safe and Sound Protocol was developed by Dr. Stephen Porges, who also created the polyvagal theory that so many people are using as a lens to work with trauma and the nervous system. The SSP is designed to bring people into co regulation together and is best done with others, either listening privately with an SSP provider or in a group setting. I think the group settings are actually a really great way to experience the SSP as they offer facilitation, co regulation, connection, and structure. Now, I'll be running some of these SSP groups starting in mid September. The groups will offer time to listen to the music, and I'll be sharing some regulation tools afterwards and holding space for anyone to share about their experiences or to ask questions or just to connect. Now, I did a group over the summer and it was awesome. There is a really, really special connection that develops over the course of the group that provides its own regulation. So, I'll be sharing more about these groups in future videos, and I'll share more about my own experience doing the SSP and what I gained from it. So, stay tuned for that. Just a little hint, I liked the SSP so much, I decided to become a certified provider because I knew it would help my clients so much. So, in closing, safety really is the key to recovery, and there are so many ways to build this into your life. For now, I hope you found this short list helpful, and I would encourage you to slowly incorporate different ways for your nervous system and brain to feel safe, centered, and balanced in this very fast-paced world we live in. Thank you for taking the time to watch today. I'm wishing you all a kind and gentle day and continued healing, one step at a time.